collars and
She
stuff
doesn't
like
even
that.
do that.
Yeah, she's pretty good at that.
She's
but
really good at
I mean,
But remember, she's young though.
she's
So just because she hasn't
she'll get bored
figured
one
it out,
day.
Yeah, I know.
just because she hasn't done it,
Yeah.
doesn't mean she won't
And she's
try.
kind of tall. She could reach.
Yeah, I know.
Another thing that you work in free mode is boundaries. So for example, let's say I was gonna work on the front door. She likes to bolt out of the front door. I'll put the long leash on her. I'll let her drag it around the house, and I'll wait about 10 minutes. The reason you wait 10 minutes is because you want to desensitize the leash so that they forget they have it on.
Yeah.
And then what I'll do is I'll tell my wife, all right, pet her and then walk to the front door and open the door and walk out. I'll be watching her. As soon as she tries to follow, as soon as she hits the boundary, it's a silent correction. You have the leash in this hand and you just give a correction. Boom. But you don't say anything and you drop the leash and you pretend like you didn't do anything.
Okay.
So she thinks the correction's coming from the spot.
Got it.
Then you'll come back inside, give her some affection, get her a little excited, and then walk back out. And then if she tries to go again, you have the long line. That's a silent correction as well. As soon as she hits the line, boom. You do that 3 or 4 times, eventually you're gonna walk out that door and she's gonna walk and she's gonna stop and say, I'm not following you.
Yeah.
Then you could get even more advanced. Get a tennis ball, show it to her, bounce it, roll it out the door.
Ooh.
She tries to chase the tennis ball, boom. Eventually, you'll get that tennis ball and you'll roll it, and she'll say, I'm not going out there. So that's how you teach boundaries. We'll teach you more about that when we come to your house. I just want to give you an idea.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much the way we train them. We train them in 2 modes. One is what you saw me walking her around. That's called work mode. Whenever you're going to walk her, even if you're just taking her from inside the house to the car, she has to go in work mode. You know what I mean? The only time you're going to put her in free mode on a walk is if you're going to give a potty break, or later on in the future if you're going to be having a picnic or something like that. You can have her in free mode with a really long leash. But we ask you not to do that for a while.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For now, it's just going to be strictly work mode. For the first week, we're going to ask you to not even take her outside. I mean, she can go out in the backyard.
Yeah.
But you're not going to walk her and expose her to anything outside for the first week.
Okay.
The reason is because there's a lot of work you need to do inside your house.
Okay.
For example, lots of dogs get excited when you grab the leash because they know they're going to go for a walk.
Right.
So a lot of people come and say, hey, I can't even put my shoes on because my dog knows it's going for a walk.
Yeah.
So what we say is, okay, for the first week, if you know you're going to go on a walk, 10 to 15 minutes before you go on that walk, if she's not already wearing this, and this is a good way to desensitize it if she's always wearing it, because it won't mean anything.
Oh, okay.
But let's say you don't do this all the time, and your dog does pick up that habit of the leash, the collar, we're going on a walk.
Yeah.
Put the leash on and the collar, but don't go anywhere for 10 minutes.
Okay.
Once she's calm, quiet, and not demanding is when you're going to pick the leash up, and you're going to put her in work mode. Work mode is what you just saw there.
Yeah.
A lot of dogs get excited when you approach the front door. So for the first week, we're going to ask you, walk up to your front door, walk away from it. Walk up to it, ask for a sit, walk away from it, and then just finish there. Taking steps. Eventually what you're going to do is you're going to walk up to the front door, ask for a sit, you're going to play with the doorknob. She jumps up, sit. Walk away from it, you don't go anywhere. Eventually you're going to open the door. She's going to get excited, sit, close the door, open it, close it, open it. You're going to get to the point where your dog's going to be like, Mom, Dad, the last 20 times you guys did this, we didn't go anywhere, I don't care anymore, I'm not excited. Then that's when you know you can take the next step and go outside. But by then you'll have already corrected her for, jumping up when you open the door and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So by then you already established who's in charge, and a lot of that behavior outdoors is going to be weaker. And then now when you take that next step and you walk her around the block, that work that you did inside is going to translate to outside, and it'll be a lot easier for you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
For example, the first days when you guys brought her here to us, we didn't even take her outside. The first couple of days we work her around the property. And once we see that she's walking by our side, she's sitting, and she's responding to us, then we'll start to walk her around the block, and then we'll start to take her to the park and expose more. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
We would be setting up ourselves for failure if we just took her outside on the first day.
Yeah.
Because she's going to be crazy, we're going to
Yeah.
be fighting with her on the street, and we're going to look crazy. You know what I mean? So that's why the first week we ask you to do a lot of that work indoors. That way when you get outdoors on the second week, your dog's already knows, okay, Mom and Dad are in charge.
Yeah.
Then now when it sees that squirrel, probably still going to want to react a little bit, but not as much. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Any questions?
No.
All right, so right now I'm going to show you guys how to put her in work mode. Obviously we
Okay.
can't work with her too much because it's hot, but I'll show you how to put her in work mode. Like I said, If you're gonna work with her, put the collar on, leave the leash dragging for at least 10 minutes before you decide to work with her.
Okay.
Until she's calm, quiet, and not demanding.